everyone, and happy Wednesday. Sorry, I'm just finishing getting set up so that we can spend some time together today and do some fun things. Do some things that are fun and they're fast, and you'll have some ideas and inspiration for moving forward. So, welcome everybody. My name is Noreen Smith. I am the Product Development Creative Manager for Creative Memories. And as I mentioned, every week at this time, I get to be with you and we do some fast and fun projects together. So hopefully you got through your time change if you are in a location that does the fall back from daylight savings time. My friends in Saskatchewan, Canada do not. So you guys didn't have any kind of upset in your schedule. The rest of us probably had a day or so of what time is it? Where am I supposed to be? All that stuff that goes along with it. So hopefully you are over that. I have been enjoying a little bit more time, a little bit more sunshine in the morning. I am an early bird, so I do like to get up and have my coffee while everybody in the house is still sleeping. So I don't mind that it gets a little bit darker at nighttime, but let me know in the comments, drop a note, say hi and where you're from, and if you are an early bird or a night owl. Typically I scrapbook late at night, if I go to a retreat or something like that, but for everything else that I like to get done, I am an early bird. So hello, lots and lots of gals hopping on at this point now. We got lots of YouTubers. I hope our Facebook friends are joining us. Last week we had a couple of glitches. Fingers crossed that the Facebook gods are with us and we're okay. Yeah, see, Jane is saying the same thing. We're not streaming on Facebook again. I don't know what's going on. I spent quite a bit of time sorting that out last week after our... and then we've got some other Facebook people. I tell you, I did spend some time sorting that out after last week and our glitches. And my husband, who's an IT guy, and we cannot figure out why some people were able to see it on Facebook and some people weren't. I don't know if it was, some kind of delay, some kind of glitch, whatever. But I am seeing, thank you. Someone's saying all good here on Facebook. Facebook's working for me. Someone's saying that they had trouble finding me, but then they were able to find it when they looked for my name. So again, I always say that it's easier to watch on YouTube because you can just go to the Creative Memories YouTube channel and just be ready for when it starts. The live will start and you'll see it. Facebook is great, of course, for all of the other inspiration. So again, I'm always promoting that you are part of both platforms. So glad you are with us wherever. Isn't that funny? Someone else is saying if you go under your name on Facebook, it shows up as live. So if you're a Facebook watcher, just, at 5:01 or 5 o'clock Central Time, just type in my name in the search bar and hopefully I'll pop up like magic for you. Okay, I've got lots and lots of gals who are saying night owls, but just as many early birds. So that's always interesting. I really enjoyed the first couple of days. It was hard getting up when it was still dark in the morning, but now I've got that little bit of extra light. I know it won't last long. We've only got another, 6 weeks, 7 weeks before it'll be super, super dark. But anyways, early bird and night owl with a nap. I love it. I love it. Alrighty. We're going to dive right into it today because, of course, the big news this week is Creative Memories Black Friday promotion and Black Friday bundles. This is the promotion that people look forward to. Our advisors, organize themselves to have events around it. They talk to their customers. If you are a CM fan, you know that it's coming sometime in November. If you have just recently found out that CM is back and better than ever, this may be your first Black Friday in a while, but it is truly one of the most anticipated promos all year long. So we are so excited. We really think that this is the best offering ever. So as you see some of these products, definitely let us know what you think. And I know, again, many of you have already placed your orders. You've seen them from your advisors. Maybe you are just kind of hoping that I'm going to, give you a couple of ideas to help you decide which one is going to be the one that you want. So I'll just give you a couple of details first before we dive into it. There are 3 bundles, okay, and I'll show you each one. And I'm also going to show you some pictures just so that you can capture everything, because I've got it all over the place here on my desk. But there are 3 bundles, and you can choose your free bundle when you reach a qualifying purchase. And of course, qualifying purchases are different in the US, Canada, and Australia. So you want to make sure that you check the right website or check with your advisor for all of the details. Now, you can also earn more than 1 bundle. You can actually earn up to 4 free bundles in one order, but you can always place another order if you need more. So we aim to please. Okay, well, let's get started. I want to show you each one of the bundles. We're going to create or see a little project created with some of the products. And then we're going to talk about how versatile some of the products are and what you could do with them after. Because I know a lot of you are saying, well, I really like the gnomes, for example, but I want more of those little pieces that I can make the gnomes with. So we're going to talk about how you can, enjoy these products long after your consumable products are finished, okay? So I mentioned gnomes, so let me start by showing you, sorry for my finger there, showing you the Welcome Gnome Bundle. And so you can see there are 6 products there. The paper pack stickers, a trio card kit, the Welcome Gnome border punch, some mini gnome embellishments, and the fantastic bags. So now let's come over to my table here where I've got all the products, and let me just run through them really quickly. First of all, you are going to love these bags. You can see that they are nice and deep. They come flat, of course, but you can see how thick they are. They're going to hold several albums plus all of your products. And they are a really nice sort of laminated, stiff coated bag. So they're going to stand up. They're going to be durable. You're going to get a lot of use out of these. So the gnomes, of course, has been one of the really popular themes. Everybody loves gnomes. There's nobody like you. So we were so thrilled to create this for you. The Welcome Gnome paper pack and stickers really features papers that you could use all year long. So you could be making your little gnome layouts for spring, summer, fall, and winter. So again, some great hero type papers, and then lots of gorgeous tonals. And of course, the stickers themselves, again, emphasize the seasons. So we've got summer, winter, spring, autumn. Here's a little Fisher gnome, a little gnome for St. Patrick's Day, and then a whole bunch of other title ideas throughout the year. And look at these darling little gnome homes. I think they're so cute. And some of these little accessories are going to coordinate with the actual gnome punch, the punched border gnomes as well. So, and aren't these borders lovely? I absolutely love those mushrooms. So, super cute. I already gave you a little sneak peek at the cards. You can make 3 different cards, and of course there are some bonus pieces so that you can change out the sentiments. So all of those are going to be great to use, great to make and give, great for various layouts. But of course the star is the gnome punch. So let me just grab the one that I punched previously. And you can see that there are 3 different little gnomes. And each one has kind of a different little hat on them. And again, this is going to punch out a border punch. It is an edge punch. So it will punch the edge of your paper, and then you can cut it to whatever size you want. But the fun thing is that the Welcome Gnome embellishments actually are a whole bunch of different little hats and bodies and beards. So you can take your gnome border that you've punched, and you can add some cute little, let me see if I can get that in focus. There we go. Cute little bodies and beards and hats to them. So it really is almost like just playing sort of like sort of like dress up almost, like paper dolls. So I can take my little gnomes and add all these different fun things. But of course, then we heard you say, well, I really like them. They're really cute. But then what am I going to do when I've used up all my little gnome hats and beards and things like that? So, of course, you can create your gnome borders and use as many of the bodies and beards and hats as you like. And as I mentioned, there's some other things that go with them. Here's some little toadstools and hearts. And the one thing that I thought was super, super cute, these little sunglasses. Now, again, they're tiny, but you can put your little sunglasses on your little gnomes as well for summer. So make sure you don't use everything, because again, you might want to keep some of these supplies for spring, for fall, for summer. Don't use them all up right away. But if you do start, using some of these, what you can do is actually kind of back your gnomes with something else. So I wanted to kind of play around with a different collection, some different products, just in case I used up all of my little bodies and things like that. Okay. So I pulled out Joy to the World because I noticed that, and it's kind of intentional, the palette for Welcome Gnome is very similar to Joy to the World. So if you wanted to make some Christmas gnomes, I would really suggest Joy to the World. Of course, it's going to work with Christmas cheer. Of course, it's going to work with, a variety of different collections, any collection really. But the Joy to the World colors work really well with some of the stickers and embellishments. So let's talk about Joy to the World. Let's do a little punching and create something here real quick. Oh, and I know the other reason I thought about Joy to the World. In the Joy to the World embellishments, we have a couple of little gnomes. So you could make them kind of the standout feature gnomes, and then all of your other little gnomes here could kind of be their friends. So maybe you're just going to overlap one of these gnomes onto your border, and then you can make up some of the other gnomes have some of the same colors. So let me show you what I mean by that. I've got my embellishments. This is an old pack, so I'm working with scraps, but I've got some embellishments. I've got a few stickers here, and I think I only had one solid piece of paper, that gorgeous hero paper. And I thought that what I would do is kind of create a little border where each of the gnomes had some kind of decorative detail using my scraps. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to treat the gnomes like a cut file. And I am basically going to place a little bit of paper behind each of the gnomes, their beards and their hats. So either side, doesn't really matter. I'm going to flip it over, grab my repositionable adhesive, and I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive behind, and then I'm just going to start cutting out some small pieces of paper, and I'm actually just even going to rip if I need to, or just kind of cut behind the punch, so that when I turn it over, I'm going to have the paper showing right in behind the gnome himself. So I've got a little bit of white there for a beard. Let's do some red for the hat. And I'm just kind of putting it where I think it's going to work, and then I can flip it around and just trim off the excess. Kind of just moving my scissors around behind. So I can get each gnome, give each gnome a kind of a different look by doing that. So let's just do a couple more. I'm not going to have time to complete them all. But again, a little bit of, let's see, am I going to have enough space there? No. A little bit of repositional behind. And we'll just add a little bit of the white. And this is just kind of like a white tiny dot, just a tonal pattern. And again, if you use repositionable, you can always flip it over and make sure that their little beards are covered. And then maybe let's do some gold for his hat, just so those little stars show through. See, I'm just going to start ripping because it's so much faster. Okay, so I just kind of ripped off a small piece, and then I just cut off the excess, and then I have some gold behind the second little gnome. Let's do one more, so then we'll have done one each of all three of my gnomes. Just trim or rip off the extra. It looks like a mess on the back side, right? It just looks like, oh, did the wrong side. Flip it over. It looks like a real mess on the back side, but you can always trim off all of those little extra bits and create something that's super, super cute. And again, super customizable, right? So again, if you have different colors, you can make different color little gnome hats and different color, beards. You could have beige beards or gray beards or whatever you like. Okay, so here's a little bit of the blue or the turquoise. Let's see how this one looks. Oops. So I'll tell you my problem with fussy cutting and doing this kind of stuff on camera. Because I'm trying to keep it on camera for you to see, I can't lift it up to see close to myself. So there we go. So there we've got three little gnomes with their white beards, and we've got a kind of a turquoise, a gold, and a red hat. So you can imagine that when we finish this off and maybe back it onto some, tonal paper, that's going to create a real fun little Christmas border, and it's going to pick up all of the colors from the collection that you use. So what about if we're going to add some embellishments? Well, I pulled out the little church, and then like I said, we had a little gnome here, and then we also have some trees. I got a couple different kinds of trees. So what I thought I'd do is just add the church over top of a couple of gnomes, and I'm just going to trim away the parts of the gnomes that stick up. Okay, so now it looks like there's this sort of little church there. Same with the tree. Oh, I like that side actually better. Let me take off the repositionable adhesive that I just put on, just rub it off with my fingers, and I'll add that just sort of in behind. And then I'll add my little gnome with a foam square. Okay, so and then I can go ahead. Oh, see, the little gnomes are two-sided too, so that's cute. So there I could have a little cluster. And then once I create all my little gnomes with their, beards and hats, this guy's kind of the king gnome or the main guy, and all of the rest of the little gnomes would be in the border with him. So really easy to adapt your little gnome border punch to create something that is not using all of the little extra hats and things like that. You can definitely customize your gnome borders after you've finished using up all of your little extra gnome embellishment pieces. Okay, so don't let that worry you. You're going to be able to use your gnomes for so many different things. So I think that would be a fun little Christmas page with Joy to the World and the Welcome Gnome Border Punch. Okay, so now you got to bear with me for a second, because now I have to move all of the gnome stuff away so that we can look at the next. And tell me which one you want to look at next. Candlelit or Charming Village? Sorry, let me get it all off here. All right, gnomes away. Candlelit or Charming Village? Which one? Oh, I don't see any, so I guess it's up to me to choose. I don't see any responses there. So we are going to look. Oh, there's one. Village. Somebody wants to see the village next. All right, so let me bring in all of the gorgeous stuff from the village, the Charming Village. And actually, while I set this up, let me just give you an overview of everything that's in Charming Village. Another gorgeous paper pack, another pack of stickers, another trio card kit, another punch, this time the Charming Village punch, which is one of the most beloved punches that we've ever done. And then we've also got the same idea with the little build a punch embellishments. Okay, so I'm all set. Let me bring you back now. Not quite as lovely, arranged quite as lovely, but you get the idea. So here is Charming Village. Oh, I just love it. I am a sucker for, that little sort of winter or Christmas village. How many of you collect all of the different little houses and you set up, a beautiful little Christmas village each and every Christmas? I know I've got a few pieces, but I know some people really go to town. So if you are one of those people, this is your kind of your soul collection here. This is going to really speak to you. So again, gorgeous laminated heavy duty bag. And look at the colors in the Charming Village paper pack. Oh, I don't think I mentioned, but of course, on the Welcome Gnome, of course, you'll see the coordinating cardstock colors as well. So I think this is absolutely beautiful. Same artwork as you saw on the bag. We've got this lovely little scene. And really, you could just come in and add in some of your photos, a little title in there, and that is a page done for you. So this is a great way to get pages done quickly. So you've got a couple of those pieces. We've got some charming little bricks. We've got, again, another sort of plaid or diamond pattern, the kind of chevrons, and then we've got some great tonals. And this one's really, really pretty too. I'll see if I can get it up close enough. It's a little tiny sort of holly bows in a diagonal grid pattern. And we've got kind of wintry trees, and again, another sort of starry night sky. So absolutely beautiful collection of papers. The cards are so cute as well. Warm wishes, a little door there, a little snow globe scene of a charming village. And I love this one with the little mailbox. Maybe you're mailing out your greeting cards. And then the stickers, again, very much like with with the Welcome Gnome. We've got some things that you can kind of create your own village, lots of titles, and then I love these sort of layered snowy tree borders. So, Charming Village embellishments, just like the Welcome Gnome, we've got a great little variety of houses. Okay, and all the houses are different. All the little trees are different. So you can see how much fun it is to create a little scene where you can, again, just like dress up dolls, you can add your whatever little buildings you want wherever you want. So you could, create an entire scene that is all completely done with the little add-ons. You can add in some more little trees, some stars up in the sky. I've just added a little sort of rolling hills here in front so that it creates, again, kind of a multicolored village. But once you use up your little extras, and there are 40, I think. Yeah, there's 40 in there, plus another 36 enamels. So you will have lots. But even if you just added, kind of one or two to a border, I've got 2 trees and 4 little buildings. That really sets it off, and you can just kind of create the rest of the village could just sort of be in silhouette. So you could really stretch all of your 40 embellishments by just adding a few at a time. But another reason that you'll want this is it's absolutely gorgeous for some cards. These are actually some cards that I made several years ago when the Charming Village punch was first offered. I mentioned that it's one of the most beloved punches that we've ever done, and it's probably one that we get the most requests for. So here you can see on the cards, I've just taken a strip of paper, and in this case it was, I think, from the old sugar plum, but you can see how you could take a piece of kind of starry night background, and then I've just punched the Charming Village onto some white cardstock, and then I've added a piece of shimmer paper that has an oval cut from it on top, so it kind of creates a little frame. And then this was a stamp that I used at the time, but you could just handwrite Merry Christmas, or you could use a little sticker embellishment, and that would be a great way to create some beautiful little Charming Village cards that you could send. So I love those, and these I've been hanging on to. They're my last two. I'm glad to have the punch back so I can actually make some more. You can also add your little vehicles, which I love. So you've got little cars, you know, a little Volkswagen Beetle sort of car with the Christmas tree tied on the top. We've got a little truck and a little car without anything on the top. So again, you can create all kinds of little scenes with your border stickers, with your punch, with the 12-inch decorative trimmer. You can kind of create some cute little roads and hills and things like that. So you're going to have a lot of fun with those. All right. Now, I would like to do a really quick little border. Again, just kind of thinking about using it with other products. I thought it would be great to create kind of an aurora borealis sky with our little Charming Village in front of it, and then a little snowy scene. So I've got some white shimmer for the snow. I'm just going to cut a little bit here. And this is from, if you didn't recognize, Polar Lights. I don't know what I've done with my insert for Polar Lights, but you can see that this was from Polar Lights. And it was actually this little sticker, this little title sticker, that kind of inspired me. So that's kind of the look I'm going for here. So I've already punched out one of the Charming Village borders, and I cut it down to about 2.5 inches. So we're going to cut another strip from this paper, and we're going to kind of add it all together. But let's do some snow. And I'm sorry that I forgot to add the 12-inch decorative trimmer to the list of materials that we were going to use today. So my apologies for that. Let's make a gentle wave of snow. And I'm just going to maybe put it, I'm actually going to put my snow paper, my white shimmer, right to the edge of my decorative trimmer. And then I'm going to use the gentle sort of wave as opposed to the more curvy piece. And that's going to give me a nice little piece of snow to add over. And because the sticker itself really has a lot of these blues and kind of aqua colors, I don't really want to include the green there. So I'm going to trim off the green. It's lovely, but it's just not what I'm looking for here. So I'm going to trim off all of the green. And then I'm kind of left with the blue tones. So now let's see about how big we want this to be. I think maybe about there. Then I get some of the same blues that are in the stickers. And then I'm going to add my little piece of snow just over like that. So I could even trim this down a little bit more. So let me adhere these together real quick. And then we'll trim up our final little border. Okay. And I think maybe this could actually be trimmed a little bit more. Let's just trim that one down, maybe another 1/2 inch. Okay. And then some adhesive on the backs. Again, your Repositionable adhesive is going to be the greatest thing for any of these kinds of really detailed border punches. I can just go really quickly over top of all these houses. Oh, let's turn this around, sorry. And I think I don't want it much more than about 3 inches total. So I've got that lined up with 8, and I'm putting these at 5. Then I can just trim the whole thing down. So really fast and easy border. And my navy cardstock is just a tinge wider than my, let's go ahead and trim it here. Just a tinge wider than my white shimmer cardstock. So we're just gonna shave a hair off there. Isn't that pretty? I really, really like the way that shimmer paper looks. And let's get some foam squares. And we have a really fast and easy border. Again, I don't have a lot of polar lights left, but if I just kind of put this over top, again, about the 1/3 mark, I love how the background here is going to kind of disappear into the sky. So it almost kind of becomes part of the background there. So there we go. So there's another way we can use the charming village. So whether you're going to create a little scene with all of the detailed houses, or you're going to create, just some white sort of silhouettes onto some colored background, or some dark silhouettes onto a brighter background, you've got lots and lots of options. So again, even once your little, embellishments run out, you're going to be able to use it for a lot of other things. Okay, so we've done Welcome Gnome, we've done Charming Village. Let me find the little preview image of Candlelit, and you can have a look at that while I quickly clear my table. You're going to hear lots of dropping things and plopping things as I plop them onto the floor beside me here. And let's get out the gorgeous and what I call glowing Candlelit Bundle. You'll notice that there's some differences with this bundle. Instead of a punch, you have a phenomenal recipe template. So we've got, again, the bag, the paper pack. This time we have some extra large title embellishments. And then, of course, the paper pack and the bag. Sorry, I probably said paper pack twice there. All right, so let me bring you back here. Where did you disappear to? Where did I disappear to? Here we go. So the bag, again, beautiful. I love that sort of ombre tonal colors. I have to say one of my favorite color combination is orange and blue. So when you kind of got all of these tones and variations, I love it. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And I have to say, one of the things I really like about this is that it's an overall pattern as opposed to a specific picture. So just something to keep in mind there for that particular bag. All right, let's have a look at some of these. So pretty. I love the bright colors. And I think this is probably the most versatile bundle of all, because just like it's shown in the trio card here, you can use it for birthday, you could use it for Hanukkah, Festival of Lights, you could use it for holidays, you could use it for sympathy, you could use the icon of the candle for so many different occasions throughout the year. So I kind of think that this is one of the most versatile bundles. So that's the little trio card kit. And then I love these big, easy to use titles. I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock here so you can see them. Light of my life, time to sparkle, happy birthday, let it glow, blow out the candles, and love, light, and peace. So those are going to be able to help you make 6 really easy layout titles right there. And then we've got the Candlelit paper pack. Again, all gorgeous, lots of tone on tones, and then specific candle icons. So the blue one here has little candles kind of going on an angle. And then the yellow one here has all of the candles kind of almost interconnected. There's that gorgeous ombre paper. And then on the back side, again, we have some more kind of not quite as blended of an ombre, but again, kind of those three colors. We've got some little flames. There's the blue version of it, some little suns, and then of course the red polka dots and the mini dots. So lots of great papers, and I think you can see that these ones can be used for so many different things. Now, the Candlelit Flame recipe template itself is really, really stunning. So I'm just showing it to you on a piece of black cardstock here so that you can see. If you've never used our recipe templates, they can take a little bit more time because you are tracing and then cutting out elements, but you get show-stopping pages, I promise. Now, you probably have, kind of recognized that some of these page pieces or titles are kind of sized, to fit in some of these various areas. So there's another little sort of banner piece that would go great there. And then you can, of course, adapt your, you can adapt what you want to do for your photos. There's room for a 6x4. If I got a 4x4 card handy, there we go. That's for a 4x4. But of course, you could, put your 4x6 here. You can fit another 6x4 here with the title, or you could, move the title somewhere else. Maybe it's going to overlap and use this for journaling. So you don't have to arrange your photos according to the lines at the top. They are just given to you as a guide. But what's really stunning about this is that you can create the most gorgeous detailed borders. So isn't that stunning? Wouldn't that just make a page? I'm just going to move that out for a second. So I have literally just used the one sheet of the, I've only used half a sheet of the ombre paper, and I've just cut different pieces from that paper. Now the flames themselves were punched with the Flames and Drops decorative punch. So again, the previous two bundles have the border punch. This one has a standalone punch. But you see that it punches all three flames or drops at once. So the large, the medium, and the small. So I just punched my little flames and drops from red, orange, and canary, red pumpkin and canary, I should say, cardstock. So it's really easy to just pop those in where the template kind of shows me. Now again, I'm going to be able to use this forever, and recreate this border with lots of different papers. But if for some reason I didn't have the punch, I could just trace the shape and then add it in. Okay, so just a little tip here as well. For these sort of striped candles, what I actually found worked really well is I cut my paper into strips. I think it's about a quarter of an inch wide, and then I just laid the strips on top and kind of cut them on the 45-degree angle. So instead of trying to trace and cut every single little stripe, just cut yourself a nice long strip, quarter-inch wide, and then just trim it as needed. Okay, so again, you can put this, I've just done it onto the black, but you can see how just adding that onto one of the candlelit papers would be great. And again, then you can start adding your photos whichever way you like. Now, I said that this was a really versatile collection or bundle. I think one of the reasons is not only can you make, a variety of different kinds of candle borders, the candle icon itself is really versatile, but also these little shapes. These could be water droplets. They could be raindrops, okay? So you can use this for other types of layouts as well, not just as candle flames. So that's why we purposefully named it Flames and Drops, okay? Now, the other thing that I really like about this is that this is going to be great to make some cards. And I love creating a border like this to really set off a page. But if I had my blank cards, okay, we've got the blank card kits, 12 cards and envelopes pre-cut and scored and folded for you. But I can take my blank card, and once I've done something like this, I can just kind of see which parts of my, my border would work on a card. And I'm kind of thinking that if I trimmed right about there, let's go ahead and do it. It's going to make a great card for me. So I'm going to trim it as close as I can to this little guy. And I might have to trim the other side to make it, a little bit more even. But I can choose, however many candles I want to put on my card. And that would make a great little card front. So you're going to be able to make your borders, but you're also going to be able to make some cards. So now that I've chopped up my border, let's go ahead and make a birthday card. And of course we have the birthday bonanza currently as our birthday collection, but I'm actually going to pull out party time. Now, where did my party time go? Here we go. Because again, I loved the bright colors. It's great for boys and girls, and I actually still have quite a bit of it. So I thought this would be a great way to use some of it up. So I'll just move all of this. There we go. A couple more embellishments there and a little strip. Got to get rid of that. There we go. That's less distracting now. So I think I'm going to start fresh and figure out which of these pieces would work on the card. So just like I kind of went and kind of trimmed it down after the fact, this time I'm actually going to start from scratch. So as I was looking through here and kind of, measuring a little bit, I thought that this little segment here, oh, I think I'm backwards. There we go. I thought that this little segment here would work. So the large candle, small, and then a couple of striped candles. So I already have done a little bit of pre-cutting just so you can start to see it come together. Okay. I've got some yellow here that I thought would be great to punch my candles. So I'm going to need a couple of punches. So let's just go ahead and punch some yellow flames here. In this case, we're definitely using them as flames. Oh, and because I punched them the opposite way, they are going to look a little bit, they're punched in, because it's a two-sided paper, I punched the wrong side. So you're going to see my flames go in the opposite direction. That's okay, because we can do whatever we want. That's the beauty of it. We can use it in whichever way we want. All right, so there's my little candles. And again, I'm going to probably put this up a little bit further. Okay, and then I thought I would show you how to go about actually, cutting out some of these. So I've got some red here. I think I'm just going to do this larger piece here. So I'm just going to slide the red under. I like to kind of get it as close to the edge as I can. So I like to do as little cutting as I can. So I'm going to put that underneath, grab a pencil, which I cleaned up when I was setting up, but here we go. So I'm just going to literally trace with the pencil around the shape. Then when I pull it out and get my little scissors, you can use your all-purpose scissors, you can use your microtip scissors, whatever you like. And then just carefully cut out the shape. So I'm just kind of cutting right on the pencil lines that I drew. And then I'll get my eraser. I always recommend a white art eraser. Staedtler is a good brand if you are wondering. and then that's going to fit right in there. So now for the little striped ones that I was talking about, this is where I'm actually going to go ahead and help myself by cutting. And when I looked, it was about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to cut it just kind of right to the edge of my cutting strip. And then this way, I'm going to be able to fit those stripes inside the little spaces on my candles. So remember a couple weeks ago we talked about diagonals? I'm going to get it started here by just cutting that bottom piece on a 45-degree diagonal. Okay, and then I'm actually placing it on top because I can kind of press down and kind of trace the edge of the template underneath with my pencil. So I don't actually have to put my pencil or my paper underneath. So I can just go through here and start again with my little strips, cut on a 45-degree angle on one side. And that just makes it easier to start layering in my little stripes. So it comes together pretty quickly. I don't see my pencil line. Oh, that is it. Okay. It sort of blended into the pattern there. So it comes together pretty quickly once you start getting into it. But again, a little bit of a trick there to start with your strips versus tracing and cutting each and every little area. So that one I'm going to have to trim off a little bit. I'll just do this one more so you can get an idea. And I'll come down here and cut off that part. So, and then once I've got all of my pieces cut, I can, use my eraser, make sure none of the pencil marks are showing, and then I can just go ahead and transfer it onto the card itself. Maybe I'm going to have a little bit of a background paper there. And then I thought this multicolored happy birthday would just fit over top of those candles. Or if I was going to do a vertical card with those same ones, maybe I would only do 3. I can even just kind of freehand it and create my own design. So maybe it's going to look something like that. Okay? So again, really useful, and I think this one is the most versatile out of all 3. They're all cute. They have different uses, of course. If you love gnomes, then I have no doubt that you're going to love the Gnome Welcome Gnome Bundle. But if you're looking for, trying to think of which one is the most versatile, I kind of leaning towards saying that the Candlelit probably can offer you more use for general year-round themes. So that's my 2 cents on that. Now, even though I'm all messy here, I just wanted to mention, crash bang, that there are actually 3 albums that we've created to go along with these bundles. Now, they are not included with the bundles, but they coordinate beautifully. And if you are looking for products to actually kind of help you reach your qualifying purchase level, you'll definitely want to consider the coordinating albums. So for the one that coordinates with Candlelit is this gorgeous orange mica, and you can see that again, that gold sort of shimmer. So Candlelit orange mica foiled album cover, absolutely stunning. Let me grab the Charming Village, and this one I think is my favorite album. This one is done on the flint color of cover set with the beautiful silver foil. And again, there's some of those lovely little vehicles that we thought. So Charming Village 12 by 12 flint foiled album cover. And then the last one, our Welcome Gnome. And this is the cutest little cluster of our gnomes hanging out right by their toadstool. This is done on jade. So welcome gnome, 12 by 12 jade foiled album. So again, the 3 albums are not included in the bundles, but they are great because they coordinate with the bundle products and they will help you get to your qualifying spend. So absolutely love it. And like I said, I think that many of us would agree that this Black Friday promo is probably one of the best ones that we've done. Absolutely stunning bundles, great products, and things that are going to be versatile long past when you use up your consumables. So you are going to love having any of those punches, recipe templates, that kind of thing, long after you've used up all the paper and stickers and fun little embellishments. So love it. So again, I would love to hear which one is your must-have, or tell us which one's your favorite. I know that some of you who have the charming village punch, were saying, I wish we could just buy the papers and the stickers. Of course, with the bundling, that's not possible. But if you love it so much, why not get the bundle and then maybe gift that punch to a friend who would love it equally as much as you will? Because again, they're going to be able to use it whether they have the other products or not. So that would be a great Christmas gift for a scrappy friend. So don't let that stop you from getting that gorgeous, gorgeous bundle. All right, so I'm going to leave it there today. We're just coming up to the 1 hour mark. Next week, I hope you will join me again because we are going to be starting to really think about Christmas. So back in September, when our 8x8 albums first, the limited edition 8x8s came out, I asked you if you thought that you might like the hunter green one, make sure you grabbed it. And then a couple of weeks ago, when the Happy Album bundles came out, I also showed you the Hunter Green Happy Album that I'm planning on personally using for my December Days project this year. And for those of you who aren't familiar with it, December Days is based on Ali Edwards' December Daily. So you definitely want to go and check that out. She's been doing them for I want to say about 15, 18 years. I've been doing mine for the last several, probably 8 or 9 years. And I absolutely love how it creates a space for me to slow down and really engage with the things that are happening during the wonderful holiday season. So my aim is to make it fast, to make it fun for you, not to make it another chore that you have to do on top of everything else that you do in an already busy time of year. I really hope that you consider joining me because next week I'm going to be setting mine up, talking about how we can make it easy. And there might even be a fun little freebie for you to use in your December Days album. So make sure you come back and join me. But even before that, I'll probably see you online because we've got the virtual crop for November coming up this weekend. And what's even more exciting is we're going to be opening secret box number 4. And it's going to be a fantastic project that I'm going to share all the details about. So I want you to join me right back here on the Facebook group. It will not be on YouTube. We only do the virtual crops and the secret box and secret box live openings in the virtual crop Facebook group. So again, all my YouTube friends, come on over to Facebook and join us there. 4:45 p.m. Central Time this Friday, November 10th. So I'll be doing the live unboxing. We're going to do a quick little tutorial. I've got something special for you planned. And then at 5 o'clock, you'll have access to the November virtual crop sketches. And of course, if you bought the secret box, then you'll be able to go and watch the video tutorial for the whole project. So you'll be able to spend the rest of the weekend working on your sketches, working on your secret box project. You're going to have a great weekend. I promise. I promise. So I hope to see you on Friday, 4:45 p.m., Virtual Crop Facebook group. And then again next Wednesday when we get started with our December Days albums. Always one of my favorite things to do each and every year. So until then, just a reminder, all of the Black Friday bundles are available. They launched this past Monday, November 6th. They're available through November 17th or while supplies last. So right now they're all selling about the same. So there's not one that's in danger of running out before the others, but you'll definitely want to take advantage of it before any of them run out. In the past, we've always sold through all of the bundles. So definitely hope that today's little discussion and play session helped you decide which one or which ones, which of the bundles that you must have this time around. Okay, so happy shopping, and I will look forward to seeing you on Friday and then again next week. All right, have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.